it's a milestone. Right now, the ceremony started in the church, and the most important photos from the last, let's say, 10 minutes is that no more former president, no more former congressman in the photo ops. The most important photo ops in America right now is to see Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, and Elon Musk together with the President of the United States. It's mean that we're speaking about a completely different United States of America and who is going to govern her, and we'll have to wait and see. It's not by coincidence that President Biden, like half an hour ago, just he got like a presidential warrant right now to parole General Milley and all the all the Congress committee that used to deal with the investigation of January 6th. Because those guys that used to be serving the country over here, so many people thought that they're criminals. And I won't be surprised that this is not the last news about Joint Chief of Staff. Meaning Milley is one issue, but I guess that we will heard in the next few days, hours, that he's going to switch and to fire most of the generals in the General Chief of Staff. Whether we'll do it or not, I don't know, but that was the intention a couple of days ago, to replace all the generals with young generals that will understand the new vibe of the new commander-in-chief. Why I'm emphasize those issues? Because at the end of the day, if the businessmen like Elon Musk and Zuckerberg and the other ones, and of course Tim Cook, those are the guys that are going to whisper on the ears of the president, I'm not so surprised why after the Supreme Court decision 2 days ago to ban TikTok over here in America, President Trump will flip this decision like in a moment, and he already told his own people that the first trip that he wants to do outside of the United States is to go to Beijing. And he had like a conversation 2 days ago with Xi, and this is interesting. Everybody thinking over here as China as an adversary and rival and enemy and things like that. He's coming, this guy, with a new approach. So we'll have to wait and see. If it's successful like North Korea, it's one issue. If it's successful like the peace or the ceasefire and the hostages that he brought in the last 2 weeks, that's a different ballgame as well. So I don't know where it will go with China. But if I would try to sum it up, no doubt that if you combine the Gaza deal with the phone call to Xi and the new vibe to China, that's mean that this guy want to close war and not to open wars. The main outcome from this issue, it's mean that Ukraine is going to pay the price, and no longer American president that will tell the Russian till here, meaning I think that the most likely that it will be like to say to Zelensky, the parts that you already lost in Ukraine, that's the new line of the ceasefire, and knock it off, stop. And that's the same thing that he will tell to Putin, meaning whatever you have right now, take it, and this is it. That's one option. The second option, that he's not going to care anymore about this issue, and a lot of the support that Europe is getting from the Americans, mainly Ukraine, is going to diminish. The last and the most important issue is the Iranian case. Now, forget for a minute about Trump. What's the options that we have regarding Iran right now? If we are the Americans, right now not to do nothing, meaning Iran is not interesting, do nothing. I'm not dealing with it. On the other side, I care about Iran. I'm going to attack Iran. America will do it alone completely. This is the two sides. In the middle, 3 options. want to come to Prime Minister of Israel and to say, man, whatever you want to do, good luck for you. But you're your own. Do whatever you want. I don't care. One more option over here is, okay, you have a problem with one side, with two sides, or something like that. I will help you. Sorry. I will help you. Meaning, it's going to be a joint venture. I think that all the four options that I just mentioned right now, not likely to happen. More likely to happen is what Walt said this morning. We're reshaping right now our strategy regarding Iran. Iran is in a bad situation, economical situation. Iran is exposed completely without any air defense systems because, the Israeli took down, that's I'm adding, most of it in last October. We have an opportunity over here. But based on the fact that he wants to close war, he will say, guys, listen, it's all maximum pressure campaign, meaning I'm going to squeeze you completely. I will stop the oil shipments that you are sending, and they're sending something like almost 2 million barrels a day to China. Almost 80-90% is going to China. American have the ability to close it. And severe sanctions on the Iranians. The outcome that he wants to get over here is a better deal. What's a better deal? Better deal than Obama. If Obama make an agreement in the JCPOA to 30, something like 17, 19 years, he will go, let's say, double or three times or something like that. I don't know yet the component of the deal, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyhow, to keep and to close wars, to go to a deal. And of course, you said better deal and all these issues. And this is important. Now, the other ones is the people that he's bringing. We know the administration from the first term. I used to work with them for 4 years. Most of the people that used to work back then are not coming back yet. I'm emphasizing the word yet. A lot of them are waiting outside because based on the experience that we have in him, is going to fire between, I don't know, 40% to 80% of the people that you just nominated in a couple of months from now, a year, maximum 2. So there will be another round, at least another round or 2 rounds of jobs. Let's wait and see. Why to be the first one? Secondly, 2 kinds of people that he's bringing. Very serious people, like Marco Rubio to the State Department. I don't know if you had the chance to see his testimony in the Congress a couple of days ago. Nothing to write home about, nothing surprisingly, but a very responsible, very knowledgeable, let's say, guy that you understand that he's a serious guy, grew up in the American administration, senator, knows what he's talking about. The other ones that are going to be like a very important figure, Waterbeck is the NSC. Also, Waltz is a very serious guy. And the director of the CIA. Now, what will be the first mission of them? Some will argue China. Some will argue Russia, Ukraine. Some will argue the Iranian issue. Some will argue Gaza, like it used to be in the last few weeks. And some will say the most important issue is to deport between 2 million to 10 million Americans from here. Now, I met 2 days ago, 3 days ago, the foreign minister of Mexico. The Mexicans already, with a vest and with a helmet, ready to get 2 million people to their country. They understand they are the one that's going to take most of the heat. So I asked him, how come? He said, what do you want us to do? It's the United States of America. We're depending 100% on them. If they will decide to deport, well, we have nothing to say. So it's going to be messy over here. If I'm combining only the potential issues that he's about to do in the next few hours, not or days, presidential orders regarding deportation, regarding the general chief of staff, regarding the economy, regarding that, it seems to me that every couple of minutes we'll have another headline over here. Now, I'm speaking right now as Israeli. It's good or it's bad. Some of the issue are not reflect directly on us. But I can tell you that without the meeting of his envoy Saturday, 10 days ago, no way that it was a deal. The language that he spoke, by the way, a meeting in Shabbat, some people didn't understood it till the end. He came from Qatar in Shabbat. He called the Prime Minister's office. He said, I want to see you. He said, can we do it in Motzei Shabbat or can we do it in Sunday? The language that he got in the phone call made him to take the decision, not only in Shabbat, now in Shabbat. He made him clear in a very, very unique figure of speech, guys, you're working for us. We are not working for you. When I want a meeting in Shabbat, it will be meeting in Shabbat. That's a new kind of, let's say, behavior between the Americans and us. Good or bad, everybody can judge. I'm not judgmental over here, but I'm just reflecting what I see. Now, what will be the main two most important issue, or three issue, or five issues that American will have with us? If I will give this review like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, everybody will say Iran. Some will argue Saudi Arabia to bring them to the Abraham Accords. I'm not so sure it's anymore right. Not because they are not the most important issue, because it seems to me that the most important issue will be to fulfill the deal with the Hamas. Stage 2 as well. When he said, I mean it, I'm taking his word that he mean it. By the way, everything that I'm saying, he can flip like in a minute, like always. But since a couple of hours that when he's getting there in the operation, it seems to me that all the game is changing completely. We can't do whatever we want right now. The fact that some people are saying we are going back to the war like it was nothing, I'm not so sure that I have something to count on it. So promises will be made to give us more ammunition and things like that to fulfill the deal, not to start the war again. Unless, of course, Hamas, I don't know, God forbid, will kidnap more people right now, we do terrorist attacks, or I don't know, launch missiles or rockets to Haifa, Tel Aviv, and something else. But if Hamas is going to keep the agreement, the chances that we will fulfill the second part, I think in a couple of hours from now, are rising, not diminishing. And I know that everybody else think a bit different from me in that issue. The second issue that is much more important, with all due respect, from Iran and Saudi Arabia after the deal, is to start to work on the MOU. The MOU is going to finish to end in 2028. It's true, we're in the beginning of 25, but the wind will start to blow right now where we're heading. Now, why the MOU is important? The MOU is important because after the last war, we need a lot of ammunition and aircrafts. And some of our fleet is becoming old. If we're not going to buy them and make an order in 28, we're not going to have airplane in 30 and 35. 2020, 30 and 2035. Because each time you're working about a decade ahead. Where's the problem? He don't like to give money. He's a businessman. You want to buy aircraft? Buy it from your own money. Now, we spent almost, I don't know the exact figure, but the figure that I wrote, that I was reading, $159 billion we spent in the last 15 months. That's before the recession. That's before to give money to the people in the South and in the North. That's before to bring back investments. That's before to recruit the Haredim to the IDF. If you're taking all this issue, and right now the Israeli budget, national budget, will have to fund from 2 years from now $3.5 billion a year. That means something like 20 billion shekels a year. That's a challenge to the Israeli economy. Now, whether the Israeli economy can handle with it, the answer is yes, but not now. A year ago, maybe. But right now, we have to recover. How long time it will take to the market to recover? I read so many different estimates. But when I see the stock exchange in the last 3 days, it's plus 7%, just because of the ceasefire. And based on the experience that we have after the second Intifada, the Israeli market probably will recover very fast if we are going to a really serious ceasefire, and we are not going to another round, not in Gaza, not with Iran, and not with Lebanon. But if we will attack with Iran, if we will attack Iran, of course we are going to a second round. So we don't know yet. Regarding the deal, regarding Europe, it's combined with what I said right now regarding the fact of the MOU. Probably he will come to the European and will say the debate right now is whether to increase the defense budget in Europe to 3%. Right now it's 2% that he's demanding, or to 5%. The Europeans are not meeting the expectation of American for 2%. A lot of countries are not doing it. Some increase after the last term of Trump, but not a lot of them are reaching the bar of 2%. 3%, they can digest. Whether we do it or not, I don't know. But 5%, I don't see it. And the Europeans over here that know Europe better than me can refer to that. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I don't see the Europeans are increasing to 5%. If they are not going to do it, and if it's going to sanctions on NATO, Europe is much more exposed. Now you see the debate right now and the turbulence, the political one in France, in Germany, in other places with the right parties. It might be only the beginning. Let's say that it will increase the chance that the right parties will come if they want to be friends with the Americans. And if not, they will have to increase the military industry, mainly in Italy and France, because this is the most important country that manufacture weapons to the Europeans. Some Scandinavian. And they are not buying a lot yet from the Americans. That's without mentioning crisis if we will have in Taiwan. The Australians are shivering right now. I met the National Security of Australia 3 days ago. What I described in the last couple of minutes, that's their challenges as well. They don't know right now how to plan. And they are before elections, they are before political crisis. In March, April, they're going to election. They don't know what will happen over there. Regarding the deal, 2 options, whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. If I'm right, and there will be the second phase, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we will start to deal regarding the terms of the second part of how to release the second parts of our people over there. Personally, I think it's crucial to do it. Personally, I think that we should stop the war. Not because I have an opinion on that. Actually, we stopped the war a couple of months ago. We are playing games. IDF was there. We took a lot of casualties. I don't know if you saw the numbers in the last casualties, not in the last week, because in the last week, everything was froze because of the deal. But till a week ago, we lost in 3 weeks, something like 25 soldiers only in Gaza. The Israeli public opinion can't deal with that. And we saw what happened over there. It's only the beginning. IDF is sitting duck right now. That's the reason that you see some of the politicians the demanding to change the chief of staff and things like that. Between us, it's bullshit. Because if they were bring a new chief of staff right now, you will need a couple of months in order to gather and to shape the army, because you need to nominate new generals, new colonel, things like that. It can't go from today to tomorrow to a different war from what we've done in the last 15 months. And by the way, we haven't done so bad. We've done amazing job in Gaza. No other, I don't know how many were listening to General Petraeus' podcast, how he described what the IDF have done in Gaza. There is a sentence over there that he's saying, you can compare Gaza to no other battle in the world, not to the Second World War II, not to Fallujah, nothing that we've done in Iraq. Gaza is a completely different entity and challenges for military campaign, and the Israeli have done good. He's got a lot of criticism regarding the surge that we are doing right now. The fact that we are with IDF troops in Gaza, destroying, smashing, crashing the Hamas infrastructure building, he said it's mistake. You have to work simultaneously to do whatever you are doing, and at the same time to build institutions and to build alternative. And as you know, from political reasons in Israel, the government decided not to build alternative to the Hamas. That's the reason that you saw yesterday in the TV that who is handling everything in Gaza is the Hamas, because there is no other entities like the PA, like the Emiratis, like the Saudis, like the Egyptian, like whoever we will bring. And we're not going to bring Thailandis or Filipinos to control Gaza. It will be Palestinians, whether we like it or whether not. But if we'll continue like that, Hamas will reshape itself, and like in a short time, Hamas will govern all Gaza and will take all the credit for that. And I think it will be a mistake. We have to think about different alternative, but I'm aware that the political level right now in Israel is not willing to listen to something like that. Think that whatever I said right now, this is almost treasonary and betrayed in the government or the national interest of Israel. And again, but I anticipate that the earthquake that happened in October 7 and the fact that we saw that Syria was falling, it's only the beginning. The aftershock will come, and in a short while, we will see if the ceasefire is continue, that the chief of staff will go home, all the generals, the chief director of Shabak will go home, and I'll tell you a secret, this government will go home in 25 as well. The pressure that there will be on them, if I'm right with Trump and everything like that, they can't survive. We saw the first move by Ben Gvir that left the government, thank God, yesterday. And we need to replace them. Why to replace them? Not because of political thinking. It's because they failed in October 7. The word responsibility and accountability still mean in democracy. People that blew it in October 7, all of them, from the colonel that used to be responsible in Gaza till the prime minister, have to pay the price and to go home. And then we'll go election. If somebody will vote for him again and they will choose him, it's fine. But they have to do this reshuffle. About the deal, I mean, they reveal everything every week. We will do it. I can tell you that what's not is in the press right now. I don't want to go to gossiping and things like that. The fact that we saw and we've been so excited yesterday to see the three ladies that they released. we're going to see some harsh scene. All the things that you thought, that the nightmares that all of us thought that we will see them. Don't forget that we have some foreign workers that used to be in Gaza that will come home very soon, and some of the atrocities that occurred in October 7, we will see the result of it in the next couple of weeks. One issue that we have to pay attention, I think that when we're speaking mainly with the Europeans, is Turkey. Turkey is playing unconstructive role. We shouldn't take the focus that it's between Israel and Turkey, but behind the scene, we have to work on it. Why I'm saying it? Because I got right now an article that's saying when the war between Israel and Turkey will start. So I don't think that the war between us and Turkey is going to start tomorrow morning. But the fact that there is an article or something like that bothers me a lot. Turkey is a NATO member. Turkey is an important country, governed by unstable guy right now. And we should let the Americans and the Europeans deal with Turkey. It's their responsibility. Mainly Europeans, because they're part of NATO and they're close to Europe, and they have so many interests with the Europeans, mainly economical one, and the leverage is economy over here. Where is the problem? The check and balance, where you push him to the corner, and the European will have to understand that they have to deal with it. And if not, we'll have to do it through the Americans. But with all the things that the Americans have right now, with all the balls in the air, I'm not sure that this is the first priority. But we have to find a way how to diminish the tension between us and Turkey behind the scene. Otherwise, we are going to a movie that I'm not sure that no one of us wants to be in this movie.